caribjet.com.
Early childhood development is a critical phase in a child's life. The environment has to be just right to foster active learning. But preschools in the communities of Paradise, Brizan, Happy Hill and River Sally faced dire issues, needing repairs, upgrades and expansions.
There were some infrastructural issues at almost all of the 3 venues. There was also a challenge with space to facilitate the full delivery of the preschool curriculum, the high-scope curriculum.
The high-scope preschool curriculum is research-based with active learning at its core. Through the use of engaging classroom materials and learning centers, children are guided to explore, interact, and be creative through purposeful play. To effectively implement the newly developed standards in early childhood education, new and improved child-centered learning environments are critical. Building the capacity and technical skills of early childhood educators and practitioners are also essential. These interventions are in line with the government's policy to promote an educated, productive, highly skilled, trained, and conscious citizenry. The Basic Needs Trust Fund program and the Caribbean Development Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, undertook a project to develop 3 state-of-the-art early childhood development centers. 2 brand new centers were constructed and 1 center was rehabilitated.
In the case of the River Sally Preschool, that involved the rehabilitation of the current school and expansion. The new school houses 4 classrooms as well as an internal play area, external play area, kitchen, staff room and principal's office. The project would have newly constructed the Paradise Preschool located in Telescope St. Andrew and also the Boucherville Child Development Center located in Boucherville St. George. Those 2 schools were involved in the construction of 6 classrooms, including external and internal play areas, as well as staff room facilities, bathroom facilities, kitchens, lunchrooms, and general amenities such as car parks, retaining walls, fencing, external security lighting, etc.
Our new facility, it's built to cater to the communities of from as far as Brizan, Happy Hill, Grand Mall area. So we have children coming from all of these areas. Now it's merged into one brand new facility, which is state-of-the-art, and we have facilities in it that caters to the needs of the children. We have adequate amount of toilets, which are just suited for them, child size. We have playground facilities, and the classrooms, they are enclosed, so it's much better for the noise and for the children to work quietly in an enclosed, comfortable environment. What we were looking forward to the most is for the safer environment for the children. It was a factor because both schools, they were on the main road, and now we are on the inside. It's fenced and enclosed, and I think that was a major factor for the parents.
We had many challenges at our old building. We had challenges like the river overflowing its banks. We had problems with space, and also we had termites, windows falling off. We didn't have our own privacy, so we had to use the children's toilets. You can see that we have a lot of space now. The noise levels are down. The children are able to move freely. Also, the teachers have more space where they can go around to each child. And the parents also are satisfied that their children are enclosed within an area where there's not much threat, even from the passerbys and the community on a day-to-day basis.
The BNTF team, they were there on the ground in all the stakeholder engagements, the reviewing of the design, keeping the immediate constituents, that's the staff, and the parents involved every step of the way through consultation, managing the project as it went through its various stages, right up to the handing over, and even beyond. Training of staff was just all-encompassing.
Training for preschool teachers included a 2-day workshop on the importance of gender socialization in early childhood, facilitated by the Grenada Spotlight Initiative.
The workshop was very important because as teachers, it is important that we eliminate bias in how we interact with our children, in the opportunities we present to them for their learning, to give them a fair chance, so to speak, in society, in life. It is important for us to put aside gender differences.
Early childhood education is very important. Providing those facilities for the children is going to help with the children holistic development. They have space to move freely. They have space for setting up the centers that they need to work with based on the implementation of the high scope curriculum. They have the outside space for the rigorous play, the bathroom facilities. All of those are really going to help in ensuring that the children have this safe and supportive environment. So I want to express thanks to BNTF for providing this for our early learners.
I believe CDB has been playing a critical role in our development locally as it relates to education. In addition to that, I want to recognize the contractors. We are pretty much impressed with the work that we have seen. All of those locally, the staff of BNTF and all of those who have been part of making all this possible. Was not an easy time, especially with COVID. So credit must be given to all of those who made these projects a success, bringing them to fruition where the students can actually benefit and teachers benefit from the new environments.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund is a poverty reduction program of the Caribbean Development Bank. Its objective is to be a community development program that supports education, water and sanitation, community access and drainage, and economic activities through skills training, organizational development, infrastructure, and services.
The 5th Annual Masters of Calypso Melody and Rhythm Edition, Sunday, May 8th, Mother's Day, at the Spice Basket Bolio St. George's. Showtime, 6 p.m. and tickets cost $60. Featuring live from Trinidad and Tobago, Baron, Sugar Aloes. From Barbados, Red Plastic Bag. From Grenada, Beast, Scholar, Inspector, Black Wizard, Cox, Samantha Dixon, Squeezy and Moyakai. A special award ceremony for the Hitman Inspector.
Let me tell you that Inspector, eating better. Make yourself at home, young fella. Eating better.
All artists backed by the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. A special cocktail on entry for all mothers. Compliments West Hall Rum. Tickets available at Mitchell's Health and Wellness Grand Anse, Grenada Optical St. George's, Kittens Pharmacy in St. George's and Grand Anse, St. David's Pharmacy, Lixon, Max. Masters of Calypso, powered by West Hall Rums, National Lotteries Authority, Flow, Senator Nolan Cox, Captain Harris Sweet, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, ML Construction Services, King Elvis Taxi and Tours. One special evening dedicated to mothers. Sunday, May 8th, 6 p.m. This will be one unforgettable show.
She wants high. She wants plumbing.
Experienced drivers, you've ruled the road. Now you can enjoy the rewards with Beacon's 50+ car insurance plan. Get hassle-free sign-up, affordable payment options, and a free windscreen cover. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get driving with Beacon today.
It's Friday, the 29th of April. You're watching the evening edition of news right here on MTV. Coming up this evening, 8 months later, and no closure for the family of deceased Ali Alexander. Angry protesters storm the botanical gardens. Work has commenced on the construction of the Sea Moon Cultural Center. And in sport, Grenada Spice Boys are in the top tier of Group D in the CONCACAF Nations League. We'll have details to those and other stories coming up for you, right along with the public forecast information right after the break, so stay with us.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening, I'm Tony Julian with the details. The mother of deceased Ali Alexander has broken her silence following the fatal accident which claimed his life on H.A. Blaze Street back in August 2021. In an exclusive interview with MTV's Tonya St. Louis Lawrence, Karen Alexander said 8 months later the family has no closure and life has never been the same for them.
I'm here to ask the Commissioner of Police, please stand up and do something for the young people, because it's too much of nonsense going on in Grenada here. People is not willing to have any conversation with them because of the treatment and the injustice that they have behind it.
A heartbroken mother as she pleads with the relevant authorities to ensure justice for her son. Ali Alexander of Springs to St. George was Grenada's fifth road fatality for 2021. Alexander, who was reportedly the rider of a motorcycle that collided with another vehicle, was pronounced dead at the scene of the accident on H.A. Blaze Street, St. George. His mother, Karen Alexander, visited our studio to speak on the incident publicly for the first time.
He had the accident with the police officer. The police officer, they hid him from us, you know. He didn't even come and say sorry or anything like that. He did not, you know, the commissioner of police came to us, speak to us. He said he's going to do a thorough investigation. We wait on them, you know, even when time to get a statement from the police officer who he had the accident with. It's like they didn't even want us around. They was hiding everything from us.
Alexander says her family has never been the same since the accident.
All they called to tell my husband the investigation is over and they taken the matter to court, and we did not hear a word from them again, you know, and it's really pains and it hurts to see what happened to that young guy in Woburn.
According to her, Ali's 3-year-old son continues to ask for him, and it breaks her heart to know he will never see him again.
I'm hoping that we'll get some kind of justice and closure from this situation so that we could try to live our life and go forward, because right now it's been going on 8 months. I cannot tell you the last day I slept properly, nor eat properly. I'm just asking the public if anybody had seen or know anything on that night of that accident, if they could come forward, because I know deep down that it have people that knows and see, but just because of the same police, they don't want to come forward because of that.
Alexander says she will continue to call on God to intervene in the matter.
And I hear in the same police officer in another media station talking about crime and whatever, and he needs to get his act together, because I go down on my knees every living day and pray about the situation that God is going to bring justice for my son. My son wouldn't just run off the road like that. They put in it like if he run off the road, he would not run off that road like that. It have something more, and they is hiding it from us. They is hiding it, and they is hiding it, but God is going to deal with them.
For the MTV Evening News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence reporting.
Though the case is under investigation, angry protesters stormed in front of the Sir Eric Matthew Gary Botanical Gardens on Friday, demanding justice for Kimon Bell, who was killed in a boating incident involving the Coast Guard vessel last Saturday. The protesters made their way inside the Botanical Gardens, then into the town of St. George, chanting and shouting with placards, "We want justice." But let's get more on it in this report.
This was the scene on Friday morning outside the Botanical Gardens. Angry protesters took their frustration out on police officers, demanding justice for Kimon Bell, who died in the April 24th boating accident in Grand Anse involving the Grenada Coast Guard. The father of 22-year-old Bell says the police officers who are responsible for killing his son need to be charged for the incident.
And I wouldn't stop until I get justice. That's all I need is justice. Well, it's impossible because when police investigating police in Grenada, they never ever come up with nothing positive for the family. They always covering up. So calling on the authority, the Governor General and Dr. Kit Mitchell, please, I need justice. I need it.
Bell's body was recovered in Grand Anse by divers attached to the Grenada Coast Guard. MTV News also spoke to the mother of the deceased.
I am looking for justice for my son, and I want the person that murdered my child and the 3 men on the Coast Guard base, they're supposed to be not on duty, and they're on duty. They're on duty. And please ask the commissioner, do not come back in front of my house. Don't come back in front of me and my family. I'm really upset. Police can investigate police. Police can investigate police.
Other protesters gave their views on the incident.
They had no reason to say they could knock on a small boat in front of them right there and telling me about they don't see it. They lie. They actually have a personal warfare with the youth man and them, and let's try to get rid of them youth man and them. A personal warfare. And right now my mind can't think straight because my brother I see every day, I can't see him again.
This because that's my best friend. Our brothers and sisters, he has sisters just the same way, and he have a father. And the people who bungs the boat, they have family too, and that's unfair. Because we don't live in peacefully then, because every day we as youths man, we grew up in the wrong environment, we don't have jobs, so it's obvious we go look to make it somehow. And that's really unfair. We can't understand how the Coast Guard could see a small boat. But don't see a small boat and run over it. That don't make sense.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Several police officers were injured meanwhile during the protest on Friday, and both private and police vehicles were blocked by protesters on the streets demanding justice for Kimon Bell. MTV News spoke with Deputy Commissioner of Police Tafawa Pear on this development.
Friday's protest escalated, resulting in the street being blocked and police officers receiving injuries. The protesters, calling for justice, made their way from the entrance of the Sir Eric Gary Botanical Gardens to the front of the ministerial complex. MTV News spoke to Deputy Commissioner of Police Tafawa Pear, who was on the scene. He said the RGPF has no issue with peaceful protest, however they will not stand for the disorder.
But what we are attempting to do is
what is the lifeblood of any police organization is to protect life and property, to ensure that persons who are not part of the protest or even the protesters themselves are safe and they can function in a safe environment. All right. Of course, we have a responsibility to protect dignitaries and indeed protect government buildings and so on. So that's what we are actually doing. We are not trying to say that protests should not happen.
He says while they accept the fact that emotions are running high, he reminds citizens that a formal investigation is ongoing.
Are on the way formal investigations, and I say do, because based on the law, based on the Shipping Act, the Maritime Authority, once there is any accident or damage at sea, has a responsibility to conduct their own investigation. So having said that, the police force also has a responsibility to investigate any sudden death or any serious accident. For now, we call it an incident because you have an incident, you carry out an investigation, and then you determine the results of the investigation, and then after that, you will determine how to categorize the incident.
Pierre explained that the outcome of the investigation will be determined by the Director of Public Prosecution. Despite the minor injuries sustained by officers, the Deputy Commissioner says the RGPF managed the protest.
But it wasn't a violent protest. I mean, based on the incident, tempers run high and you have sporadic issues. But I won't call it a violent protest. Neither was it extremely peaceful, but I think it was manageable. And we understand how people respond, and the police respond likewise. If you realize the police has a posture that says that we want you to protest, but we don't want you to breach certain aspects of the law. But there was I'd say, sporadic incident with a police officer who got wet in the process and a little bit of tugging and pulling. A couple of police officers got some minor injuries. But it wasn't the entire protest that led to that. You had individual activity taking place outside of maybe what the protest was really about.
Pierre dispelled rumors that the RGPF hasn't reached out to the families of the deceased.
But yesterday, the Commissioner of Police and myself, we visited the family. We met with mother, father, grandmother, and I think some aunts. Yesterday, we went to the home, to our resident, and we had a conversation with them, explaining the process and explaining the issue of transparency and so on. So the issue of not engaging is absolutely false.
Josanne McKee-Smith, MTV News.
In another development, the official launch of Spice Mass 2022 is going down at the National Stadium, marking the return of the festivities after a 2-year absence, with the showcasing of Everything Carnival and an in-depth presentation outlining festivities, coupled with an after-work lime atmosphere. CEO of Spice Mass Corporation, Kelvin Jacobs, is reminding promoters that after tonight, until the end of the carnival season, that there are steps that must be taken before they can host events.
Once carnival is launched, that season belongs to Spice Mass. So from anyone having activities after tomorrow up until the Sunday after carnival, you must first come to Spice Mass to get permission. You must get a license from Spice Mass. Then you take that to the police to get the other parts of your regulation in terms of putting on your event, specifically to do with the noise act, etc.
According to Jacobs, licenses will be granted after evaluating the events presented by the promoters.
You pay $10 for an application, you apply for your event, you follow that form, the form will be evaluated, and then the license will be granted based on the event. After the event is evaluated based on what is on the form, the license will be granted and the fee would be attached to that license, and that's what you're going to take to go to the police to get the permission. We've had a little hiccups at the beginning, but we know that the police, they're working with us now, and we're seeing more people coming in to have this license.
He says the corporation is ready to work with all stakeholders to ensure a successful 2022 festival.
This is not just Spice Mass Corporation's event. This is Grenada's event. Okay, Spice Mass is every one of us. So when Spice Mass happens and Spice Mass is successful, everyone is going to be successful. So even the promoters, we want to work with promoters and work with all our stakeholders to make sure that Spice Mass happens in a big way. That return that we are speaking about, that return we anticipated so much, that is going to be a smooth return. We do not want a return where we have pulling and tugging between stakeholders and Spice Mass Corporation, etc. We want everyone to be on board, and so that we can have a smooth return of Spice Mass 2022.
That's the first segment of news. We'll be right back with you after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
More with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Grenada football action is back on Saturday, 30th April. Get ready for the 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup at the Kirani James National Stadium with 2 opening games. From 6 p.m., St. Mark Western Stars versus St. Patrick Crown City Strikers. From 8 p.m., defending champions, St. Andrew Big Parish Stars versus St. George Royal Cannons. Admission $20. Then just one game. From 6 p.m., U17 Young Gunners versus St. John Dolphins. Admission $10. The 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup is on. Don't miss it.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. The Grenada Bar Association has been plunged into mourning as the fraternity lost the sole female Queen's Counsel, Celia Klein Edwards. Edwards, who was a member of the Grenada Bar, is being remembered as a stalwart in her field and one who inspired colleagues with her professionalism and kindness for decades. Tanya St. Louis Lawrence reports.
Veteran litigator Celia Edwards QC and one of the most well-known lawyers in Grenada with a wealth of experience before the courts with extensive experience in contractual, maritime and conveyancing disputes has died. Her legal practice areas spanned corporate, criminal, employment, family, health, intellectual property, international, maritime, personal injury, real estate and tax. President of the Grenada Bar Association is attorney at law Derek Sylvester.
Ms. Edwards walked the legal profession road with grace, intelligence, wisdom. She was a compassionate human being. I've had many occasions to appear in court with Ms. Edwards, and doesn't matter the nature of the matter, the conclusion, she would continue to be the resolute, the professional, you'd edit that, the professional that she is. Throughout her life, she has molded many attorneys. We were the persons who examined every aspect of the work that she did, and she guided us along. So on behalf of the Grenada Bar Association, the members of the judiciary, by extension, the Chief Justice and the Chief Registrar, I join with them in extending condolences to the family.
Attorney Sylvester says the attitude displayed by Edwards is one all in the profession should strive for.
I think generally Ms. Edwards, she has taught the profession to be compassionate, to be professional, despite the fact that the practice of law is adversarial, that at the end of a trial, you leave the court's door knowing that whatever emotions would have been left inside, and you continue with your colleagues professionally and on the correct legal path. And also to respect the judiciary, irrespective as to whether you were ruled for or against. If you disagree, then you appeal.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell on Friday extended condolences to the family, friends and colleagues of Edwards. According to Dr. Mitchell, Mrs. Klein Edwards distinguished herself as part of the legal fraternity and went above and beyond in fighting for her clients. Her passing, he said, represents a tremendous loss to the legal profession in Grenada. The Ministry of Legal Affairs, the Attorney General's Chambers, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions also joined in mourning today with the legal fraternity. Klein, described as a woman committed to the emancipation of the lives of the vulnerable persons in the community, was also a member of the Rotary Club of Grenada. Deeply saddened by the passing of stellar Rotarian Celia Klein QC, the club promises to honor her legacy through the work that the club continues to do for the benefit of vulnerable persons and communities. Celia Klein Edwards, Queen's Counsel, died on Thursday. For the MTV Evening News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
India's Honorary Consul to Grenada has highlighted the importance of preserving Grenada's Indian culture and heritage, including maintaining traditional East India practices, which are now native to Grenada on the occasion of Indian Arrival Day.
Indian Arrival Day is recognized on May 1st, a day carded annually to reflect and showcase Grenada's East Indian culture and heritage. Honorary Consul of India to Grenada and owner of Belmont Estate, Shadell Nayak Compton, speaking to MTV News by phone on Friday, highlighted the importance of Grenada's diversity, which includes fragments of East India's tradition.
Our Indian heritage is a very important part of who we are as Grenadians. And, as Grenadians, we have a very diverse history and background and heritage. And I think what's really very special is that our diversity really makes us more unique and strengthens who we are as Grenadians. And India has been a really important part of that.
She also shared some examples of East Indian cuisine that are still predominant today.
So the first Indians arrived here in 1857. That's 165 years ago. And they were really the most recent arrival. And so much of our, our culture, our way of life, our food, comes from India. And, so many of us don't know it. So foods like our roti and dal and bhaji and all our curries and even our national dish, the oil down, is a mix of African and Indian foods. It's really a perfect blend using that turmeric.
She highlighted some of the day's activities as well.
On the day in question, we have a luncheon at Belmont Estate. So traditionally, we have been having this luncheon for the last 12 years or so. It is a fundraising luncheon for the Indo-Grenadian Heritage Foundation, which is the primary organization that works to keep the culture alive and to educate and to develop an appreciation for our heritage. Aside from that, there will be a concert. It is a free concert. It is open to the public. We have local performances and we have performances from the Mahatma Gandhi Institute.
She says India's High Commissioner is in Grenada and will soon be exploring the possibility of erecting a monument at the Indian arrival site at Owens Bay. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
Work has officially begun at the site of the Seamoon Cultural Centre as government makes good on its promise to restore the centre into a modern state-of-the-art facility in the hope that it'll also be ready in time to host activities of the 2023 Spice Mass celebrations.
The first phase of work has begun at the site of the Seamoon Cultural Centre by Kenny's Trucking, the company that was awarded the contract to begin the project, as was announced by Minister of Works, Senator Nolan Cox. Our news desk reached out to Parliamentary Representative for the area, Honourable Kate Lewis, who said she is happy that work has officially begun.
As you know, this project has been a long-awaited one. And I did promise my constituents that I will ensure that we see the return of the Seamoon Cultural Centre to our community. Because I understand fully well the positive impact that it had when it was operational. And therefore, once it is reconstructed, we will continue to see that benefits to our community, to our constituency, and of course, the parish by extension. We can speak about the direct and indirect benefits in terms of job creation, the increase in economic activities, as well as the further enhancement and development of our culture. So I'm very happy at this time that the work has started so we can see the actual return of the Seamoon Cultural Centre.
Minister of Culture, Honourable Yolan Bain Hosford, also weighed in on this new development.
It's been quite a while since we have had, our culture centre, was down, and now we have the opportunity to have this new center. All cultural artists and persons involved in playwriting and the entire nation that is involved in culture, I'm sure will be very, very happy to hear of the commencement of this project.
She says this will be the beginning of the return of additional cultural activities to the big parish.
So it's not a simple project. It's a project that has several components. As it unfolds, you would see the number of different cultural activities that can take place in that building. I know it would shake up, I'm using the local words, it would shake up culture in Grenada.
In providing an update on the $18 million project during a weekly post-cabinet briefing in March, Minister Cox said the new design comprises a pavilion with increased seating capacity, a museum that will feature sporting and cultural icons, a stage, parking area, and training facilities. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
That's it for the second segment of MTV News Friday. Your weekly entertainment feature is next, so do stay with us.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out, only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more. With more money to the jackpot galore. Play more, win more, have more fun. With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one. With the new and improved Super 6 game. The jackpot keep growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win. The 5th Annual Masters of Calypso Melody and Rhythm Edition, Sunday, May 8th, Mother's Day, at the Spice Basket Bolio St. George's. Showtime, 6 p.m. and tickets cost $60. Featuring live from Trinidad and Tobago, Baron. Chigalos.
This is party time. I'm feeling to wine.
From Barbados, Red Plastic Bag. From Grenada, Beast, Scholar, Inspector, Black Wizard, Cox, Samantha Dixon, Squeezy, and Moyakai. A special award ceremony for the Hitman Inspector.
Let me tell you that, Inspector, eating better. Make yourself at home, young fella. Eating better.
All artists backed by the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. A special cocktail on entry for all mothers. Compliments West Hall Rum. Tickets available at Michelle's Health and Wellness Grand Anse, Grenada Optical St. George's, Kittens Pharmacy in St. George's and Grand Anse, St. David's Pharmacy, Licks and Bites Guave, Maxie's Bar Grenville, Masters of Calypso, powered by West Hall Rum's National Lotteries Authority, Flo, Senator Nolan Cox, Captain Harris Suites, Michelle's Health and Wellness, ML Construction Services, King Elvis Taxi and Tours. One special evening dedicated to mothers. Sunday, May 8th, 6 p.m. This will be one unforgettable show.
She wants high. She wants plumbing.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Grenada football action is back on Saturday, 30th April. Get ready for the 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup at the Kirani James National Stadium with 2 opening games. From 6 p.m., St. Mark Western Stars versus St. Patrick Crown City Strikers. Then from 8 p.m., defending champions St. Andrew Big Parish Stars versus St. George Royal Cannons. Admission $20. Then just one game from 6 p.m. U17 Young Gunners versus St. John Dolphins. Admission $10. The 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup is on. Don't miss it.
MTV's Total Local is brought to you in association with Cara Brewery.
Welcome back. For this week's edition of Total Local, we feature Sabrina Francis and her new song, Cocoa Tea. She also spoke about the upcoming video for the song at her wide opening concert in May.
Cocoa Tea is about my elder sister. It's really focused on her and a memory I have of us when we were younger in our yard waiting for mommy to make dinner, which was usually some combination of cocoa tea and bakes and saltfish or something of the sort. And it's just a memory that I always have in the back of my head, and I thought it would be fun to put it down on paper. Just a light, upbeat song about a time in my life. The style of music I've been heading into recently, I call it Afro-Caribbean pop. So it's a blend of modern African sounds and my traditional Caribbean Grenadian sound and the soul and pop influence that I've always had with me since I started making music. I met with this producer from Nigeria. His name is Diaso. And he sent me some beats and we molded it and changed some things and did some things with it to suit my sound. So it's very Afrobeats / Caribbean-esque Sabrina Francis music. I filmed the music video for Cocoa Tea in the UK. We booked at a couple of studios and had a great team of videographers, and it's just, we wanted to step up on another level. Up until this point, we've been very DIY. We tried to do everything ourselves, the production, the everything regarding the visuals as well, and we just wanted for 2022 and moving forward to be a level of growth, and we really putting everything into trying to step up in every way possible with the music. As you see, I'm working with new producers, with the visuals, with everything, every aspect of my brand and my intention for growth for the future. Wide Open is a show that I did for the first time, I believe, in 2019, and it was intended to be an annual show, but obviously 2020 nothing happened, and 2021 also wasn't the time for it. So now in 2022, I am so excited since they announced that we're open and we could do it. I've been working with the band and working with my team to try and put on an exceptional show. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully many people are too. We've started selling tickets, so don't wait until all of the tickets are sold out. Get your tickets now. It's gonna be May 28th at Le Fable on the lawn. I shall see you there.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. Regional highlights are next.
MTV's Total Local was brought to you in association with Carib Brewery. The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
My name is Dominic Lawrence. I'm a police officer by profession, and I've been a member of Arizo now for about 20 years or less. I chose to join Arizo because I've been hearing some good stuff about them. Then my sister was a member before me. She told me about her good experience that she had with Arizo. What I like most about Arizo is the way they treat you as a member. They take good care of you. They help you in very, very good ways. They have some good products in place to help you. I've been able to budget a lot better because of the products and things that they have in place to help us as members. I love it when you call Arizo and the way they would answer the phone. Arizo, how can we make you smile? I would like to take this time now to congratulate Arizo on the 75 years of service to the people of Grenada.
Welcome back. It's time now for this evening's Regional Roundup.
Good evening with tonight's MTV Regional Roundup. I am Clifton James. British Virgin Islands Governor John Ranking has urged citizens to remain calm following the arrest of Premier Andrew Fahey on conspiracy to import cocaine and money laundering charges in the US. In the meantime, Deputy Premier Natalia Wheatley, who has been acting as Premier of the British Overseas Territory in the absence of Fahey, would also continue to do so. The Miami Herald reported that the government officials were arrested when they met with two undercover DEA agents who were pretending to be members of the Mexican Sinaloa cartel. According to the US publication, Fahey and Maynard went to the airport to see an alleged load of $700,000 in cash after the undercover agents told them the money was a payoff for allowing the cartel's future cocaine loads to be transported through the BVI to the US. Reports are Maynard's son, Kadeem Maynard, was also arrested on Thursday in connection with the case, but not in Miami. Opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar says she has information that the government is using another spyware program to illegally monitor law-abiding citizens. She says there is proof that the Predator software has been registered in this country. We get the details from CNC3 News.
They are spying on citizens of this country. I don't believe any of the things they are saying, that these stories are not true. They are true.
The opposition leader claims she has more information of government spying.
And whistleblowers are blowing whistle all over the place about this government at this time.
While government may have denied ever having the Pegasus spy software, the opposition leader said they may very well be using something similar with a different name.
Are you using spyware called Predator?
Like Pegasus, this is also an Israeli software. And Persad-Bissessar said according to a research paper from the University of Toronto into the program, it showed that it is being used in this country.
Saudi Arabia, Serbia, and then who? Trinidad and Tobago. This is not the UNC. And there are 2 servers for Trinidad and Tobago.
And that's not all. The opposition leader is asking the National Security Minister, Fitzgerald Hines, why he failed to tell the public that Israeli company Elta Systems Limited is in Trinidad and Tobago conducting cyber, spyware, malware, and interception training.
Translated, it means how to use spyware, malware, and interception to terrorize law-abiding citizens of a country.
Prasad Bisasa also wants to know why Minister Hines and his predecessors failed to lay a report of the Security Services Agency on how many legal interceptions were done annually, something that is mandated by law. The opposition leader said the last report was in 2017, and it is quite staggering for a government who said they don't often listen in on its citizens.
That one report, there have been 755,276 interceptions in 1 year.
And in response to calls for her to bring whatever evidence she has to back up her allegations, the opposition leader said this is a trap by the government to reveal her sources.
I bring no evidence for you foolish people. None whatsoever.
Clifton James, MTV Regional Roundup.
This is the MTV Evening News. We'll be back with you after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
I've been a member of the Ariza Credit Union since 2016, and honestly I joined to come out of poverty. What I love most about Ariza Credit Union is their support in helping us as members to save. I was in the credit union like a little under a month. The sewing machine that I had went bad, and I was in desperate need of, purchasing another. I simply went to speak to my loan officer. I wanted to know details of how to go forward. How do I become qualified to get a loan? And the next thing I knew, she said, how much money do you need? And at that time I needed $7.99. And she said, I'll loan you the money. And from there I purchased the sewing machine, and this is the result. As a young person, we all have those little achievements in the back of our mind that seem so far-reaching. What Ariza encourages us to do is to save. I'm really happy, honestly.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. Sporting highlights are next.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
The 5th Annual Masters of Calypso Melody and Rhythm Edition, Sunday, May 8th, Mother's Day, at the Spice Basket Bolio St. George's. Showtime, 6 p.m. and tickets cost $60. Featuring live from Trinidad and Tobago, Baron, Sugar Aloes. From Barbados, Red Plastic Bag. From Grenada, Beast, Scholar, Inspector, Black Wizard Cox, Samantha Dixon, Squeezy and Moyakai. A special award ceremony for the Hitman Inspector.
Let me tell you that, Inspector, eating better. Make yourself at home, young fella. Eating better.
All artists backed by the Royal Grenadier Police Force Band. A special cocktail on entry for all mothers. Compliments West Hall Rum. Tickets available at Mitchell's Health and Wellness Grand Anne's, Grenada Optical St. George's, Kittens Pharmacy in St. George's and Grand Anne's, St. David's Pharmacy, Licks and Bites Guave, Maxie's Bar Grenville, Masters of Calypso, powered by West Hall Rum's, National Lotteries Authority, Flo, Senator Nolan Cox, Captain Harris Suites, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, ML Construction Services, King Elvis Taxi and Tours. One special evening dedicated to mothers. Sunday, May 8th, 6 p.m. This will be one unforgettable show.
She wants sad. She wants plumbing.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
RENDEC Community Partnership Initiative, supporting education.
The project for our school is the expansion of the school feeding department and home economics department. Our previous kitchen area has been very small and sometimes it became congested. Therefore, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you to GrenLec for partnering with us in ensuring that we improve the quality of education that we provide here at Riverside Government School.
GrenLec, energizing our community.
Grenada Spice Boys are in the top tier of Group D in the CONCACAF Nations League. We have details to that and other highlights coming up for you in sport this evening. Stay with us.
Caribjet, the most experienced travel agency company in Grenada, serving our clients and businesses for over 40 years. IATA accredited, we issued tickets on 280 airlines, representatives for Condor, the German airlines, and main agents for Virgin, KLM and Air France. We're specialists to the Middle East. Walk in to our ticket office at Maurice Bishop Highway, call 439-4444, WhatsApp 534-7755 or visit caribjet.com.
Welcome back, and right now a special evening to you sporting fans. Let's turn things over to Donella Holston for this evening's highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. Team Grenada ended its CONCACAF Under-17 Women's Championship campaign with a 4-0 loss against Puerto Rico, just missing out on a chance to go to the knockout round. While Grenada did not score in this match, young Tiara McIntosh, who played for the first time in the competition in goal, made several important saves during the match to limit the Puerto Rico attack. Speaking after the Puerto Rico match, head coach of the national women's under-17 team, Nigel Randy Boca, said he was proud of the girls' effort. He continued, and I quote, "The team showed a great improvement over just 3 matches, and they did not let the scoreline intimidate them. They grew in confidence from match to match. I hope that we can continue to develop these young ladies and allow them to reach their full potential," unquote. Interviewed in the Flash Zone, Leticia Williams, who wore the captain's armband in the match, said the experience was great. It was an opportunity to execute what we did in training, and we did our best. In providing a preliminary analysis of Grenada's participation, President of the Grenada Football Association, Jenny Joseph, said, and I quote, "The results of our participation at the CONCACAF Under-17 Women's Championship provides an opportunity for some introspection and review of our current women's program, as well as what we must do to improve," unquote. The GFA thanked the National Under-17 women's team and coaching staff for their determination and service in representing Grenada on the world stage. Grenada Spice Boys is in the top tier for the CONCACAF Nations League in Group D, along with El Salvador and the USA in 2 matches, each 4th of June. Grenada versus El Salvador away, 7th June, Grenada versus El Salvador at home, 10th June, Grenada versus the USA away, and 25th March 2023, Grenada versus the USA at home. The Middlesex United Stars defeated the Surrey Risers by 9 wickets in a rain-affected fixture in the Dream 11 Jamaica T10 at Sabina Park on Friday. The Risers found it hard from the start after winning the toss and electing to bat first. Delbert Gale and Nicholas Lewin were the only batsmen to reach double figures as pacers O.J. Shields and Andel Gordon combined to restrict the Risers to a modest 72 for 6 of their 10 overs. Jamaica Scorpions all-rounder Alwyn Williams with 30 not out and Damani Sewell with 50 not out then helped the Stars reach 71 for 1 in the 8th over before rain ended proceedings with the Stars comfortably 19 runs ahead of the Duckworth-Lewis pass score. West Indies opener John Campbell earlier made 20 for the Stars, who now have 4 wins from 8 matches. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella, host 10.
Thank you, Donella, for the latest sporting highlights there. And viewers, we'll have the public forecast information coming up for you and then a recap of the headlines when we return.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Good Friday evening, viewers, with the Friday night and weekends weather forecaster meteorologist Wayne Williams. Sunnier conditions return to the extreme southern Caribbean today, but the northern and the some of northern and the central islands continue to see showers from residual cloudiness as that trough continued to dissipate. The main concern for us here in the extreme south is the haze that is pushing its way into the eastern Caribbean. We have already started seeing some slight haze, which is expected to intensify on Saturday and continue through the weekend. But the good news is that by Monday or Tuesday, that haze should more or less dissipate. Our customary closer look shows just one major area of cloudiness to the west of the islands. Still some patches of clouds, but as the trough continues to fill in, we're going to see conditions improving throughout the entire eastern Caribbean. The forecast for Friday night is for generally fair and hazy conditions with easterly winds blowing between 10 and 20 miles per hour. The winds are going to pick up a bit tonight. The minimum temperature will fall to around 24. The moon is going to rise tomorrow morning 5:36 and set tomorrow in the early evening at 6:21. On Saturday, easterly winds would continue to blow, but this time a bit stronger, 10 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate, 5 to 7 foot waves will continue. Mostly fair and hazy conditions are in store for us on Saturday. Sunrise at 5:47, sunset 6:20. It's going to feel a little hotter, 33 will feel like 36. As Sunday rolls in, mostly sunny skies, fewer clouds, and winds will pick up a bit again. Easterly winds between 12 and 24 miles per hour. Seas remain moderate with 5 to 7 foot waves. Sunrise again 5:47, sunset 6:20. Will be a touch hotter on Sunday, high up 34 will feel like 38. From Monday onwards, Some hazy conditions on both Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday, that should ease significantly. Mostly sunny skies for those days. The temperature around 34. On Thursday and Friday, there is a possibility of a slight increase in cloudiness, but again, mostly sunny conditions on Saturday and Sunday. That's it for me for Friday night and for this week, folks. Have yourself a great night, a safe and an enjoyable weekend. Join me again on Tuesday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. 8 months later and still no closure for the family of deceased Ali Alexander. Angry protesters have stormed the Botanical Gardens. Work has begun on the construction of the Sea Moon Cultural Center. And in sports, Grenada Spice Boys are in the top tier of Group D in the CONCACAF Nations League. That's the details that we have had for those and other stories, also the public forecast information right here on the News for Friday. So now on behalf of the News and Production Departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you for watching. We wish you a safe and also enjoyable Labor Day weekend.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Friday, April 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this draw is conducted in a fair, accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in no way tampered with. At this time, it's your tickets at hand. It's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First up this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number up is 9, second number. Second number is 4, third and final number. Final number is 7. Okay, let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. Check your tickets. First number up is 9. The second, 4, third and final is 7. So that's 9, 4, and 7. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned, get your daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1 $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Daily Cash 4 evening draw for today, Friday, April 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accounting manner, with the game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. This time we share tickets at hand. It's Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number up is 9, second number is 8, third number up. Third number is 4, fourth and final number is 0. Let's recap those numbers on the screen. First number up is 9, the second 8, third 4, fourth and final is 0. So that's 9, 8, 4 and 0. Congratulations all winners. Stay tuned, get to play with you up next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Playway Evening Draw for today, Friday, April 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accounting manner, with the game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. Let's play Playway, value your dreams, and win your way. Good luck. This evening's winning Playway number is, check your tickets in the meantime. This evening's winning Playway number is 18. Let's recap the number 1818. 18 represents the dream symbol love making. Congratulations all the winners of this evening's Playway draw. Tune in later on for the Lotto draw. This evening we're playing for a jackpot of $148,000. We'll see you then.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
A pleasant evening to everyone. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Lotto draw number 3354 for today, Friday, April 29th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair accounting manner. The game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. This time we should have tickets at hand because we're about to play for a jackpot of $140,000. But first, your free ticket letter. Good luck. evening's free ticket letter is C, as in cash. Let's proceed for 5 winning numbers. Good luck. First up for this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 18. Second number is 21. Third number up. Third number is 16, followed by 13. Fifth and final number. Final number is 25. Let's recap those numbers. Check your tickets. Numbers on the screen. First number up is 18. Second, 21. Third, 16, followed by 13. Fifth and final is 25. So that's 1-8, 18, 2-1, 21, 1-6, 16, 1-3, 13, and 2-5, 25. Your free ticket letter for this evening is C, as in cash. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's Lotto draw. Lotto, play and win a lot. Remember, you play all the games of the National Lotteries Authority, support sports, culture, and the nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic weekend.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Melissa Tanisha Hazard, also known as Mello, of Pomerose St. David, passed away on Thursday, 14th April 2022, at the age of 34. She was the daughter of Beverly Rubin and Anselm Rubin, also known as Black Boy, sister of Salisha Hazard, goddaughter of Denise Williams, niece of Deanne Hazard and Sonia Mathlin Scott in the USA, Sandra Felix in Canada, Dolores, Henry, Harry, Gavin, Nelson, Eddie, Merilda, and Mary, aunt of Rick and Candisha, grandniece of Cyril Hazard, John Hazard, and Gerald Edwards. Many cousins including Javed, Janique, Janaya, Dwayne, Tammy, Hemon, Vanessa, Blondell, Kimonda, Decima, Suzanne, Lucy Noel, Sherman, and Trevor. Other relatives and friends including Kendall Vespri, Fitzroy Charles and family, Gloria Batiste and family, the Hall family of Pomerose and Retreat, the Reuben and Paul families of Pomerose, members of the Corinth Seventh-day Adventist Church, and friends and neighbors of Pomerose and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Melissa Tanisha Hazard, also known as Mello, of Pomerose St. David, will take place on Wednesday, May 4th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Corinth St. David, and interment will be at the Pomerose Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Teresa Stewart, also known as Lazar, or Miss T, of Belle Plaine St. David, died on Wednesday, April 20th, 2022, at the age of 91. Left to mourn her son Raphael Stewart, brother Victor Thomas, sisters Joan Sylvester and Brenda McKee, in-laws Grace Stewart, Elizabeth Thomas, Valden and Kenrick McKee, grandmother of Roxanne, Marva, Shane, Rodney, William, Royston, Christopher, Shermer, Rickson, Titoy, Eunice, Ron, Sean, Richard, Carol, Rochelle, and Patricia. Many nieces and nephews, including Barbara and Janine. Sons-in-law Anthony Joseph, Ryan Charles, and John Horsford. Other family and friends, including Irma Arnold and family, Michelle Fleming, Miss Monica, Anne Lallion and family, the McKee, Mapp, Street, Stewart, and Sylvester families, Tonty Joyce and family, Amiron Stewart, Vera Rouget and family, and friends and neighbors of Belle Plaine, St. Paul's, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Teresa Stewart, also known as Lazar, or Miss T, of Belle Plaine, St. David, will take place on Wednesday, May 4th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Paul's Anglican Church, and interment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Babney Francis, also known as Mama, of Snug Corner, Mount Kumar, St. George, who resided in Trinidad, passed away on Tuesday, 5th April 2022, at the age of 72. Left to mourn are her children Chester and Ignatius Cobb in the U.S., Kevin Bubb and Joel James in Trinidad, one sister Cynthia Francis in Grenada, grandchildren Jaheim, Amari and Stephen Bubb, Joachim, Jolene and Josiah Cobb and Jeremiah, two nephews Rondell and Rondi, niece Alicia, cousin Cynthia James in Trinidad, Marsha, Sean and family. Other relatives and friends including Joan Paul and family, the Bubb family, the Clarence family, Paul of St. Mark, the Roberts family of Bolio, Yvonne Williams, and friends and neighbors of Snug Corner, Mount Kumar, and in Trinidad. The funeral service for the late Teresa Babney Francis, also known as Mama, of Snug Corner, Mount Kumar, St. George, who resided in Trinidad, will take place in Trinidad. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Maria George, also known as Queen, of Chantimel, who resided at Lamode St. Patrick, passed away on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, at the age of 74. She was the mother of Kenny Alexander Frame, Stephen Alexander, Sanchia Alexander Charles, Andrea Alexander, Clive, and Dino George. Grandmother of many, including Curl Pope, Cazelle Charles, Denzel Alexander, Sherman and Kemaya Charles, Jamal Sherman, Tariq, and Jalea Knight. Great-grandmother of Summer and Kayani Pope and Javel Duncan. Sister of Voslin, Glenora, Gracelyn, Germaine, Armen, Kanisha, and Imelda, Kimon, Ashley, Rollins, Lyndon, Lloyd, and Mitchell. Mother-in-law of Kingsley Charles and Patricia O'Neill Alexander. Many nieces and nephews including Jacqueline Noel, Jackie Ann Slinger, Charmaine Frederick, Harriet Wint, Marcus and Richard Alexander, and Kelvin Bartender Frederick. Many other relatives and friends including the Thomas and Jeremiah families, Flora Noel and family, Grace George and family, Bernadette Joseph in Canada, Lorenzo Bill Phillip, Rosalind Frame and family, Teacher Linda and family, Hazel and Samuel and family, Joan Joseph of Grove, Floyd Whitehand Langine of Concord, Kendall Frederick, Mr. Arthur Lewis, and friends and neighbours of Shantimel, Prospect, Marley and Lamode St. Patrick. The funeral of the late Maria George, also known as Queen, of Shantimel, who resided at Lamode St. Patrick, will take place on Thursday, May 5th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Sauters, and interment will be at the Marley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Yvette Walker, also known as Tanti Yvette, of Vendham St. George, passed away on Sunday, 17th April 2022, at the age of 62. She was the mother of Marlon Walker, mother-in-law of Gillian Nichols Walker, sister of Sandyford, Samuel, Cecil and Roll Walker, niece of Joan and Cecilia Thomas, and Cosmas Lambert in the United Kingdom, Cynthia Lambert, and Janet Sylvester in Grenada, aunt of Otha Collier, Neasha Keynes Douglas, Alex, Candice, Corel, Colette, Natalie, Chantel and Olivia Walker, Theophilus Richards, Roldan, Timothy, Nicholas and Omar Walker. Grand aunt of many, including Krista Ferguson. Sister-in-law of Yvonne, Dawn, Tessa and Aloma Walker. Many cousins including Veronica McBurney and James and Wendy Thomas in the United Kingdom. Other relatives and friends in Grenada and abroad including the Lambert family of Vendham and St. Paul's, the Cambridge, Marichaud, Francis, Gittins, Charles, Frank and Mitchell families of Vendham, the Humphrey, Gittins and Edmund families of Birchgrove, the James family of Old Fort, the Walker families of Vendham, Boca and Grove, the Paris family of Boca, the O'Neill and Haynes families, the Adolphus family of Beaulieu, the Bowler and Antoine families of Happy Hill, the management and staff of Creative Design and Building Construction, Father Sean Duggett, and parishioners of the Beaulieu and Vendham Catholic churches, and friends and neighbours of Vendham and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Yvette Walker, also known as Tanti Yvette of Vendham St. George, will take place on Thursday, May 5th at 12 noon. Funeral service will be held at the Our Lady Help of Christians Catholic Church, Beaulieu, and entombment will be at the Vendham Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Daphne Joseph, née Samerson, also known as Darty, of Latone St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 16th March 2022, at the age of 87. She was the mother of Michael Francis of La Follette, Miriam Bob, Venny and Michelle Joseph in Grenada, Stephanie Joseph and Deborah Blesdell Joseph in the USA, stepmother of Brian Francis, grandmother of Denny, Damien, Sean, Shane, Jamie, Akisha, Mtume, Renee and Ashley in the USA, Kiwani, Janae, Chanel, Keon, Anika, Kazim and Shakida in Grenada, great-grandmother of many, sister of Maria Paul, Cecilia Benjamin in the USA, Selvin Benjamin, Tobias, Carmen and Norma Blair, aunt of Sharon, Joan, Yvonne, Matthew and Randolph Mitchell, Alice Alexander, Nicholas and Elvis Franklin in the USA, Elsie in England, Kinta Benjamin in Canada, Anne-Marie Mitchell, Hermione, Kester and Alistair, Peter and Edmund Blair, mother-in-law of Matthew Bob, Kenny Blesdell and Dennis Dragon, her caregiver Annette Fleming. Other relatives and friends including the Samerson, Joseph, Mitchell, Benjamin and Edwards families in Grenada, Carriacou and the USA, the Blair family including Alma Bain, Roosevelt MacDonald, and friends and neighbours of Latente, Pomrose, Malmount and Crowshoe. The funeral of the late Daphne Joseph, née Samerson, also known as Darty of Latente St. David, will take place on Thursday, May 5th at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Martin de Porres Catholic Church, Crowshoe St. Andrew, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Annette Seals of Grand Mall St. George died on Friday, April 8th, 2022, at the age of 64. Annette leaves to mourn her three loving children, Kathy Ann, Beverly Ann, and Brian, Sisters Anne, Lynette, and Bernadette. Brothers Desmond, Osmond, and Michael. 15 grandchildren, including Dante. Brothers and sisters-in-law. 2 sons-in-law, Michael and Roderick, and daughter-in-law, Vanessa. Many nieces and nephews, and cousins, including Shark and Jenna in the U.S. 1 uncle and many aunts, including Sister Eileen and Miss Ermy. Other relatives and friends, including the extended Seals family of Monkmoritz, the Searles family, the Paul family, and surrounding neighbors, including the Charles, Maskell, and Chandler family, many friends, including Sister Vernis, and last but not least, the Faith Independence Baptist Church and Extended Independence Baptist Ministries. The funeral service for the late Veronica Annette Seals of Grand Mole St. George will take place on Thursday, May 5th. Funeral service will be held at the Market Hill Evangelical Center beginning at 2 p.m. with tributes, and interment will be at the St. George's Center Cemetery.
Celia Klein Edwards, Queen's Counsel of Woodland St. George, died on the 28th of April at the age of 65. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Celia Klein Edwards, Queen's Counsel, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Darren Stephen of Hopevale St. George, who resided in Boston, Massachusetts, died on the 17th of April at the age of 45. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Darren Stephen of Hopevale in St. George, who resided in Boston, Massachusetts, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Joseph Primus, also known as Uncle Joe of Marley St. Patrick, died on Friday 22nd April 2022 at the age of 88. The funeral arrangements for the late Joseph Primus, also known as Uncle Joe of Marley St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Veronica Ann Thomas of Marigot St. John passed away on Saturday 23rd April 2022 at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Ann Thomas of Marigot St. John will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Wilma Cecilia Pear, also known as Cecilia Gibbs of Cemetery Hill, St. George, who resided at Seaview, Carriacou, passed away on Thursday 21st April at the age of 59. Funeral arrangements for the late Wilma Cecilia Pear, also known as Cecilia Gibbs of Cemetery Hill, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Daniel Seeley, also known as Scorpion of Belmont, St. George, who resided in the USA and Romania, died on the 13th of April 2022 at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Daniel Seeley will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Errol Richard Bruno of Grand Anse St. George, who resided at Petmotar St. David, passed away on Monday 18th April 2022 at the age of 71. The funeral arrangements for the late Errol Richard Bruno of Grand Anse St. George, who resided at Petmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Simon Thomas, also known as Kojo, of Frequente St. George, passed away on Thursday 7th April 2022 at the age of 60. The funeral arrangements for the late Simon Thomas, also known as Kojo, of Frequente St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Raymond Toussaint, also known as Tuss, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in Westerhall St. David, passed away on Monday, 28 March, at the age of 58. The funeral arrangement for the late Raymond Toussaint, also known as Tuss, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in Westerhall St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
Death and dying are the inevitable events and realities of life. The passing of a friend or loved one often brings with it the feelings of sadness, grief, and pain. There is always the period of sorrow and mourning for those who experience such loss. Brothers and sisters, particularly in this time and season of how you feel and what you may be thinking as a result of the passing of your loved one, there is a source and means of comfort that you can tap into. That source and means of comfort is God and His Word that speaks specifically and directly to our situation. Hear the word to you today. He says, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." What I believe He is saying through this verse to you and everyone that is now experiencing some measure of grief or sorrow, and what I also believe is implied in that which He says, are the following. Mourning is an understandable, normal, and real expression of your emotions. Mourning presents the opportunity for us to experience the comfort of family, friends, and loved ones. Mourning identifies us with each other in our humanity and morality. Mourning will not last forever. It is for a particular season and reason. Mourning connects us with the ultimate source and means of comfort that is always available to us, God, our Heavenly Father, through Jesus Christ. And so today, we look to the Lord in prayer, Him who is able to comfort us with the comfort that we need in times like these. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, God of comfort, we pray even now for those who mourn and are in need of your comfort. May your love embrace them. May your grace afford them the strength for each day and hope for tomorrow. May you inspire and motivate them to stand upon the promises of your word. And may your Spirit lead and direct them to the ultimate source and means of comfort which can be found in you and the promises of your word. This prayer we offer through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.